Hey folks, and welcome to Operator Guides number 25. Today's operator is the sneaky, silent, and scary covert killer Caveira. Trust me when I say that opinions on this lady are extreme. Frankly, from what I've heard, you either love her or you hate her. And while there are those of you who will disagree, in all likelihood the majority of R6 players have strong feelings toward this operator. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Cav. She's not really unique since Knock was released, but she is quite special. She's probably the most used roamer in the game, and probably has the highest pick rate, except maybe Glaz. I don't know, I always seem to either be the Caveira in the game, or be against a Caveira. But really, the main point here is that Cav is popular. Why? Because she's really freaking good. Why? Watch.
Seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
See that? Well, she technically has two abilities. The first is a silent step. While activated, Cav makes no noise while running, crouching, or moving at all. Yes, it recharges. It only works with her pistol out, so switching to a primary will automatically make you heard again. What this does, though, is give you an almost guaranteed element of surprise. If you know the maps, and really even if you don't, you can sneak up on virtually anyone. It's really useful for surprising enemies, obviously, and dropping them. More than that, though, it means you can peek windows, doors, and attacker-held areas with much less danger than most defenders. It means you can sprint around the map with no issue, and as long as you don't get surprised by the attackers, then there's not really much threat while doing so. And downing an attacker is much more valuable than killing them. Why? Her second ability. Yeah, that. Essentially, a downed enemy is much more valuable than any drone, camera, or other ability in the game. Almost. Essentially, if you find a downed enemy, you can interrogate them, revealing the real-time locations of every one of their living teammates for around 10 seconds. That means that you and your team know exactly where each enemy is, what they're doing, and where to shoot them, for long enough to kill each one. And using this information, you can find those that have split off from their groups and down them, meaning you can chain this ability from downed enemy to downed enemy. It's really, really good. But of course, there are downsides, dangers. In order to guarantee a downed enemy, you have to use the pistol. It has one of the best silencers in the game, meaning almost no sound comes out, but generally it's a pistol, meaning shorter range, worse sights, and harder to hit enemies than with her SMG or shotgun. But, like I said, the pistol guarantees the enemy won't just die, but go down. So, downsides, don't try to interrogate while the enemy's teammates are around. You can't move or shoot or even look up while interrogating, meaning the most dangerous time for you is the time spent getting the info, not before or after. Secondly, you have to decide whether to go for a kill on the enemy player or for a down. because if someone is breaching or you're window camping, then it's best to go for the kill since they could be picked up. Unless you can secure the interrogation, then it's always best to remove an enemy. Finally, there's the process of getting the downed opponent. You have to find them, whether it be on cams or on site, and then outshoot their assault rifle or shotgun using your piece of shit pistol. And then make sure you don't get blown away in the process of the interrogation. If you do, then the opponent just gets picked back up and boom, you've done literally nothing to the enemy team. So, her loadout. For primaries, we've got a decent SMG with pretty bad sights, and a shotgun that kinda just doesn't fit her playstyle to me. I mean, if Cav is all about silence, sneakiness, and staying undetected period, then a loud shotgun just doesn't make sense. For her secondary, she's got her special silence pistol that guarantees downs instead of kills. For deployables, there's impact grenades or proximity alarms, both of which fit separate playstyles I will describe in a second. All in all, she's got formidable weapons and solid options for different playstyles. Now, for those playstyles. Just like it sounds, this playstyle is focused on the peace times, the lull in gunfire, the anxious, tense moments before the first explosion, and after the attackers enter the map. When their goal is only to get in, when they assume that the danger only grows as they near the objective, but right now they should be okay, and after all, speed wins the fight, and boom. There you are, hiding on the toilet of the one corner they couldn't see immediately. You stand over them, give them one chance to tell you everything they know, and once you've got the info, you've no need for them anymore. 4 versus 5. In order to pull this off, you need to recognize the difference between game rules and player rules. Now, the game says that the prep phase is 60 seconds, right? You have 60 seconds to set up the area as best you can to repel an attack. But once those 60 seconds are up, well, attackers don't just spawn outside your door, they have to get there first, which takes, normally, another 20 seconds. So really, the prep phase is 80 seconds. And while that doesn't seem like much, it is more than enough for Cav to prepare her hiding place. Using whatever map knowledge you may have, find a common entry spot. If you've got no clue where that may be, then just leave the objective and find a nice hidden corner where you can watch the cameras and ping the attackers. Once you've got their locations, run as fast as you can to a room close to where they're breach. Hide, be quiet. When you hear the attackers come in, leap out. Now is the part where your reaction time is tested. If you've got great aiming ability, then no issue should be found in leaping out and scaring the pants off and the brains out of the attackers. If you can't aim, or just aren't confident, then wait. The attackers will come into view of your spot eventually, and then you open fire. If they don't, just creep after them and, give them a few love taps with your gun. And after you've taken care of the initial breach in your area, and hopefully not died in the process, then it's time for the roamer lifestyle. Listen for explosions or gunfire. Activate your silent step, charge towards them, preferably in a flanking route, but directly if you've got no clue what that would be. And then you should come out behind the attackers, which is exactly where you want to be if you're any operator ever. Beat them up. Take their lunch money and their lives if they aren't carrying any. If you drop one, perfect, leave them alive. Kill everybody else and interrogate that one guy. If there's anyone left, great, help your team take them out. A roamer is essentially just meant to travel around the map, otherwise known as rotating, in order to attack the enemy from an unexpected area. That's their whole job. A roamer, unlike a camper, is meant to be able to travel fast, but also have a loadout fit for quick reaction shots and staying undetected. SMGs are common, shotguns even more so. So with Cav, all you've got to do is run around silently, kill the enemies from an unexpected angle, and win the game. Is that the biggest oversimplification I've ever made? Maybe. Now, here's an example.
Deploying alarm. expired.
This one is more sedentary. Use the SMG and the proximity mines. Here you play very similarly to an objective-based pulse. You hang out in the corner of the objective after reinforcing or tearing down walls as your team sees fit. Once the enemy arrives at your doorstep, dogfight with them until you knock one down. If you can clear a safe area around them in order to interrogate, great. If not, finish them. Should you get the interrogate off, now you've got the locations of every attacker, and you can react accordingly to where they are breaching, where you need to aim, and if you want, where you should run out of the objective room towards. There's one guaranteed area that the attackers will congregate, and that is the objective area. Therefore, it's a great source of interrogations, if you're careful. Or at least, just kills.
Diffuser located. Disable it. Last operator standing. Bomb diffusing device is disabled.
All in all, Cav is just a great operator. She's quiet, has a high skill cap, and a really useful loadout, and is generally just a solid pick on any map but plane, because plane sucks. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have an excellent day. I promise I'm trying to get back to normal routine. Have an excellent day.